to the hot hell darkness. Your room is ready, child. Enjoy your stay. They say that beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but not if you look like this. I've got two faces, one for best and one for worst. This face is best for getting children to trust me, so that when I show them this face, they'll do anything I say. And it's not half bad for getting sweets on Halloween either. This is the Visitors Book, where all the grisly tales of all my wicked guests are written down. Want to see why one of these bad children is down here? This is Spencer's story. I call it The Ugly Prince. Once upon a time, in the land of Ilwindia, there lived a butt-ugly prince called Spencer. He hadn't always been ugly. When he was born, he was beautiful. But he was a willful child who thought that he was the centre of the universe, that every object on Earth, every person and every toy ever invented was his to own by right. What nobody had told him was that the centre of the universe is a big black hole. Celebrities from across the world were invited to Prince Spencer's christening, including the King and Queen of neighbouring need-a-bit-of-a-leg-up land and their baby daughter Britney. The royal households had publicly agreed that when Prince Spencer and Princess Britney were old enough, they should be married. It had not gone unnoticed that they were rather well matched. Then, his fairy godmother, a 200-year-old witch called La 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 La, arrived with her present. This gift is very special. Guard it with your life. For 500 years, this gift has been passed down through the generations. It is known as the Chalice of Candor, for he that owns it shall always know the truth. And to know the truth is to know which path to take in life. Let it guide you, fairy godson mine, and one day this chalice will make you the most powerful man in the world. It was a most generous gift, but Spencer thought it was boring.
Next present now!
What have you done? That chalice was priceless. Say sorry, and I will forgive you. Then I curse you. From now until the day you say sorry, for every act of selfishness you inflict on others, for every tantrum you throw, you will become uglier. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to find a fairy god doctor. And that is why 13 years after La 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 had cursed him, Prince Spencer was so ugly that he had to wear a paper bag in public, so as not to frighten babies or turn water fountains to stone. Yet through all of this, Prince Spencer remained cheerful, because he knew that when he was old enough, he would marry the most beautiful girl in the world, Princess Britney. Or so he thought. On the outside, Princess Britney was indeed beautiful. On the inside, however, she was as twisted as a hangman's noose. To celebrate her 13th birthday, princes from all over were invited to a ball, including Prince Spencer, who was expecting to be fated as Britney's boyfriend.
Who are you? That's a greengrocer's bag on your head. Are you some sort of talking fruit?
No, I am your husband.
can't marry you. You're yuck! Ugh.
But the only thing that's kept me going through this ugly curse is the thought that one day the most beautiful girl in the world would be my wife.
And there's the problem. I look like a rose, whereas you look like the stuff they put around a rose's roots.
Horse manure! GG guano!
Look, you don't have to make up your mind now. But I already have. So unless you want me to use you for a game of pin the tail on the piggy, put your face away and snuffle off back to your sty.
It was the most humiliating night of Prince Spencer's life. For the next 5 years, he locked himself away and thought about nothing else but exacting revenge on Princess Britney. Then one day, just after she had turned 18... This coming Sunday at Havelot Castle, Princess Britney will kiss all the frogs in the garden and will marry the first one that turns into a prince.
And that's a promise. Everyone knows where the most handsome princes come from. Have you ever seen a princess kiss a frog and it's not been a gorgeous, handsome hunk? Well, exactly. So that's the idea behind my Festival of Frogs. To find a husband.
I thought you were engaged to Prince Spencer.
Ugh, gross! No way! He's ugly!
Maybe. But now the ugly prince had a plan. First, he paid a visit to La 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 La, whom he hadn't seen since his christening. Who are you?
Your fairy godson, Prince Spencer. Have you come to say sorry? No, don't do sorry. I'm a prince.
The ugly curse worked then. I expect you want me to undo it.
No.
No?
I want to be ugly. If you make me beautiful again, my revenge won't work. I need a magic potion to turn me into a frog.
Why?
To trick a girl I used to love. When she kisses me as a frog and I turn back into a man, she will have to marry me. But when she sees it's me with my ugly face, she will be miserable for the rest of her life.
There it was. Prince Spencer's evil plan. But La 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 had no intention of helping her ungrateful godson, which meant that Prince Spencer had to help himself to a magic potion. By the time he found his way out of the wood, it was already Saturday. So he downed the potion and hopped off to the festival. There was no way of knowing how many princes were in the garden, but there was certainly a lot of frogs, which is why the gardeners were trimming the lawn to give them the best possible view of the princess. As Prince Spencer bounced across the lawn towards the princess, he had only one thought on his mind: the look on her face when she realised that she had been tricked. She'd live in abject misery for the rest of her life, and he didn't care. That was when it happened. The whistling wind, the clunking thunder of the sweeping blades. He glanced over his shoulder, but it was already too late.
What have you done?
Sorry, ma'am. Didn't see it.
What if this was the prince I was going to marry?
Won't happen again, ma'am.
No, it won't.
Then, to teach the old fool a lesson, she put both halves of the frog in the juicer and made him drink it. Which only goes to prove that even princes can't have everything they want.
Every last drop.
And Princess Britney, she's down here in the darkness with me. I've put her in the aging suite, where the microclimate keeps her vital organs alive while her body gets older and wrinklier, which means that now our beautiful princess looks just like a frog.